welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It's Monday at 8 o'clock. If you live around me, you're hearing lots of thunder and storms outside, which is good. We need the rain, but I'm hoping it does not mess with my signal this evening. So tonight is mystery stamping number 3, which means I'm not going to show you anything until the end. So I hope you looked at the instructions that I sent out by email, and I also posted them on the Facebook page. If you're a visual person, I'm going to give you a little bit of a visual here. So you have a card base. It is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. A piece of white that is 4 by 5 1/4. Another one that is 4 by 5 1/4. A colored strip that I don't see here. This is the same size, but yours would be the same color. So mine is the copper clay, but it is, let me make sure I have my dimensions right here. It is 1.5 by 5.5. So 1.5 by 5.5. Then you have a strip of designer series paper that is 1 by 5.5. So it's going to be the exact same length as the colored piece. And you can pick any cardstock that you want. I'm using the new In Color cardstock tonight. Then you need a piece of ribbon that's about 6 inches long. And then either 2 circles that layer on top of each other, one creating a mat, or squares, whatever you have chosen to use for your focal point of your card. All right, so hopefully if you got your pieces ready, I'm going to try to watch comments to see if anybody has questions as we go. Get the comments up here so I can see them, hopefully. Things as we go. Then there we go. All right, so hopefully that's going to work now. All right. Well, it still must just be a little too loud now. All right. All right, so for your first instruction, you're going to fold the card base on the score line to form your card. So you should have scored it at 4 1/4. So you're going to fold it in half to create your card base. So that's step number 1. If you did not get it scored, go ahead and do that now. You're going to score it at 4 1/4. And then we're going to turn it so it's a landscape. So that means, like, if you're looking at the sunset, it goes long that way. The other one we call portrait. So we do not want portrait tonight. We want landscape. Hopefully you've got that done. Now what you're going to do is, so you've got your card landscape, and just kind of set that aside. On the smallest circle or square, whatever you're using, you're going to stamp a greeting, an image or images with the same color ink as your card base. So where I'm using the copper clay, I would use the copper clay ink to stamp a greeting as well as images if I want images on there. So I'll give you just a little bit of time to do that. You know, when I first saw, I'm using the Circle Sayings. When I first saw it in the catalog, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. $1 Million Achiever created it. But I just wasn't completely sold on it. But I have to tell you, when Dana used it at a team meeting, I saw the potential. And you know, isn't that the way it works? I know so often ladies get mad at me when they come to class, because they'll say, I wasn't going to get that set. And then you have to show me the cool thing I can do with it. And then they decide they need it. Well, that's what happened with me with the Circle Sayings. So you can blame Dana for that. And I'm sure she's got broad shoulders. She'll take that blame. All right, so do you have your image stamped and your greeting stamped so that you have the smallest square or circle or whatever image you chose to do? Hopefully you have that done. All right, so for the next step, you are going to add the larger circle or square as a mat behind that greeting circle or square that you just did. So you're just putting a mat behind it. So you can go ahead and do that. While you're doing that, I stamped a little while ago, and I am putting my cards together while you stamp because I already have mine done. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. I'm stamping. I was stamping today for a little while and then got a text from Danae wanting to know if I would come over. Let's see, if you got a call to go snuggle a 3-week-old and play with a 2-year-old, yeah, you can guess what I did. I jumped in the car and headed her way. So I didn't get much stamping done this afternoon, but I sure had a good time with those little ones. So got to rock Kason and put him to bed for his nap this afternoon, and then got to snuggle with Paxton. It was so much fun. So much fun. All right. So hopefully you got that map put together. Now take whatever embossing folder that you chose to use and grab one of your square white pieces. And again, they are 4 by 5 1/4. And you are going to run it through your die cut machine and emboss. Let me see if I get that. I used one of the embossing folders that's a part of that 3-pack set for $30. So I used one of those. It's kind of like little stars. I really like it. So that's the one I chose. So you're going to emboss it, and then go ahead, and I'm going to give you the next step. You're going to go ahead and glue it to the front of your card. So it's going to be the second layer on your card front. I have to admit, I can't make the card exactly like I wanted because I borrowed a punch from a team member and then thought I didn't need it and gave it back. So I had to get a little creative tonight. Fortunately, I found the original one I did, but I'm not able to make another one exactly like it since I gave that punch back. And I thought I stamped all the pieces I needed. I'm already missing one. You guys ever do that? Ugh, I'm so irritated with myself. All right. So hopefully you have that next step done. So you've embossed your 4 by 5 1/4 piece of white cardstock, and then you've gone ahead and adhered it to the front of the card. All right, so now you have your 1 inch by 5 1/2 strip of designer series paper, and you have your color 1 strip that is 1 1/2 by 5 1/2, and you're going to glue the strip of designer series paper in the middle of that colored cardstock. So go ahead and glue those together. I am so excited about class this week. I'm so looking forward to being able to teach a class and not be rushing home from school to try and quickly get ready for class. Since school was out last Thursday was our last day, and now I won't have school again. I think, goodness, they already sent us out an email. School starts the 15th of August, I think it said. So crazy, crazy. But we're not going to think about that now. All right, so this Wednesday, so it'd be tomorrow night at 7 and Thursday at 4, we are going to play with embossing paste. We're going to add some color to it. We're going to use some of the really cool new masks that I purchased out of the brand new catalog. And we're going to try some different ways of applying the embossing paste and just ink with the masks to create some great backgrounds. So if you haven't already signed up, I think I have one spot left on Thursday at 4. I do have some space tomorrow night at 7. So if you can make one of those classes, let me know. All right. I'm trying to do 2 projects at once. That's not very smart. All right. Now you're going to take the DSP and the mat. And you're going to attach it to the front of the card about a 1/2 inch from the score line. So you've got your card this direction. And you're going to attach it up here at the top. Now you're already going to have your white paper on there. And then you're going to add that strip of designer series paper over the top of it. Next, you're going to need to grab your ribbon. And I just grabbed a blue one here. So you're going to take your ribbon. I went ahead and I cut both ends at an angle. You can do it before or after, or I guess if you want it straight, that's up to you. I did mine at an angle like this. And then you're going to use glue dots to adhere it to the front of the card. And my instructions are to attach the ribbon about 2 inches from the right side of the card and below the DSP mat layer. And I guess I'll give you this hint. The middle here, the poked part needs to go away from the right-hand side of the card. Okay. So looking at this, it's backwards on the screen. Here we go. So you want the angled parts going towards the left side of the card. I don't know if I still got that right. Hope so. I found it was a really good idea to put one glue dot right here in the middle. And then I put a glue dot on the inside to put the 2 pieces together. And then I put a glue dot on both strips at the end to help it lay down nicely on the card. So grab your ribbon. Again, it's going to go below the designer series paper that you glued to the front and about 2 inches from the right-hand side of your card. So the angled pieces are going to be angling towards the left side of your card. Let's see, while I'm waiting, I'll show you. So for the class this week, this is the Father's Day card. And you can see I used the mat for this background. And on this one, I just used sponging with ink, but we're going to use embossing paste and use it in some different ways. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I think people are really going to enjoy that. And then here's the fun fold. So it folds like this, and then it opens like this. And then this idea came from Misty Badimlaja. She actually used this card layout at Stamp Camp, but I thought it was so cute. And so I just changed the middle part. She used the Taco Fiesta and used the piñata, but I'm using the tacos. So you'll make 2 of this card. And depending on if you want to do just cards, then you'll make 2 of this one and 2 of this one. If you want the instruction sheet and templates, then you'll just make 1 and 1 and then 2 of the taco card. So let me know if you're planning on coming, because I want to make sure I save a spot for you. The Thursday class is just about full. All right. So now you're going to use, let's go back to your card. You're going to use dimensionals to place the circle or the square with the mat over the ribbon. And it's going to be about a 1/2 inch onto the designer series paper with the mat and about a 1/2 inch from the right-hand side of your card. Okay, so I'll read it one more time. Use dimensionals to place the circle or square with the mat over the ribbon. And it's about a 1/2 inch onto the DSP and mat, and about a 1/2 inch from the right edge of the card front. Now, you know, this is our 3rd mystery stamping. And so far, I've only had 1 or 2 people brave enough to show me their cards. And, you know, they're probably getting surprises in the mail. One of them, I have owed it to her for quite a while. She's probably beginning to think it's not coming, but I promise it is. I'm going to get it in the mail this week, finally. All right, we're almost done. Now, you were told to add some bling. Bling is completely your choice. I usually use dots or jewels. So pull out those dots and jewels. For if you're like me and you kind of want an idea what the other person did, I placed 1 on the circle because I did a circle. Yours would be a circle or square, and 2 more, and all of them are below the Designer Series paper strip. So below that. All right. Starting on Thursday, the Designer Series paper, there's 13 of them, are going to be 15% off. And I will be putting out a paper share if you'd be interested in getting a 1/2 pack of all of them or a 1/4 of a pack, just so you can get all the different papers without having to buy all of them in full packs. And it'll be the whole month of June. I'm going to do a 1-sheet wonder class with that paper, which will be a lot of fun. I will offer it here at my house. And if you're long distance and would like to do it, we'll do an online class with that as well. So that, and there's a sign up bonus, $155 worth of stuff for $99 plus tax. Yep, you heard me. They're adding an additional $30 worth of free stuff in the month of June. If you have a lot on your wish list, good time to join my team. You will not be pressured to sell. You will not be pressured to buy, but you will save on every order that you place with merchandise. So if you're interested, talk to me. I would love to chat with you about being a part of my team. I have an amazing group of ladies. All right, so did you get your 3 dots added? You should have 1 piece of white cardstock left, and that piece goes on the inside of your card. You can decorate it however you want. And then don't forget, so that you have everything ready to put in the mail or put into a gift bag, decorate your envelope. We don't like to send naked envelopes. And then remember to stamp your name on the back of your card. If you're selling them, make sure you use the Angel Policy stamp to give Stampin' Up! Credit for the stamps if you're using Stampin' Up! Stamps. All right, that is your mystery card. I will show you mine. Now, some of you might have thought, oh, I know what she's doing because she already showed us cards like that. I thought you might do that. So I turned it the other direction. You ready? Here we go. Here's mine. I use the circle sayings. And I use the decorative circle punch. That's the one I borrowed and had to give back. And so then the 2 3/8 circle punches behind there. And then on this one, I use the another one of the embossing folders. I was going to create with you as we stamped, but I didn't have any more of the decorative circle. And since this was the one I wanted to show tonight, I couldn't do it. Thought I ordered one, but it wasn't in the box. So guess I forgot. All right. So there you go. There's your mystery card number 3. We will do mystery stamping the first Monday, normally, the first Monday of every month, unless that's a holiday, and then it'll be on a Tuesday. So the next one will be in July. If you really like mystery stamping, let me know. If there's enough interest, we can do it more than once a month. If you can join me for class this week, make sure you let me know by tonight, by 10, if you can. And if you realize, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell Davita, she'll probably let you in if there's still a spot. Wednesday at 7 and Thursday at 4. I hope you're having a fabulous week. Watch for details on the DSP sale as well as the joining my team special. Again, that's $150 worth of stuff. $155 for $99 plus tax. You don't even have to pay shipping on that order. All right. I hope you're having a fabulous Tuesday. I'll be on next Monday at 8 o'clock with a card design for you. And Hope you're having a fabulous week. Can't wait to see what you create. Thanks, guys.